Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 127th episode of Don't Forget the Popcorn. Guys, do me a favor before we get into this, just like and subscribe. Help me out. I'm trying to hit a goal. I would appreciate it. Follow me on Letterboxd if you're into that stuff. It's linked below. All right, let's get into this so we don't keep you here all day. The Last of Us Season 2 is over. I watched it at the time of recording this last night and its premiere, and I've been watching the show ever since it came out last year. And I've been playing the games ever since they came out over a decade ago. Or like a decade ago, something like that. I don't know. I think it's 2014, 15, one of them, when the first one came out. And there's some of my favorite games of all time. I wouldn't. I'm a gamer. I used to be a lot. I used to play games a lot. These days, I'm more into other things, but I do still game a little bit. But when a game like this drops, I will stop what I'm doing for a little while and get lost in it. And The Last of Us is one of those games you can absolutely get lost in. It's a beautiful, submersive world with this amazing gameplay and these beautiful stories. And I know a lot of people hated the second game upon release because of what happens, which we're inevitably going to talk about. So I'm going to give you your warning right now. This is a spoiler review. If you have not watched The Last of Us Season 2, do not watch this video. Come back to it later, but please come back and visit us later because it'll be a good time. But the second game was already split down the middle. People were very divisive on it because some people were very upset with how it went down and what happened. But I was one of those people who were upset at what happened. But let me tell you what happened does not take away from the magic of this game. The gameplay is absolutely brilliant. It's very fun. There's nothing more gratifying than killing wolves and scars and zombies. It's just super fun. But I was missing a certain someone in the game as it went along. But Ellie is absolutely incredible as a lead, and I thought she was great as a lead in the second game, and I thought she did a good job with the absence of somebody we're going to talk about here shortly. So The Last of Us Season 1 took the world by storm. People who played the game, didn't play the game, just loved it. People love zombies. People love post-apocalyptic things, and this really suited a need for some good post-apocalyptic content that we have been lacking on lately. So when The Last of Us Season 1 was coming out, I mean, I was hyped for it just because I'm like, dude, I always said this game should be a movie. I remember my buddy back in the day when it first came out, we were playing it at his house and his dad came down and he's like, oh, what movie you guys watching? And we're like, bro, this is a video game. He was like, holy shit, I thought this was a movie. So I always said The Last of Us would have made a great movie or TV show. I'm a movie guy. You guys know, I mean, I talk TV shows a little bit on this channel, but this is a movie channel. But I did review The Last of Us Season 1 last year, so you can check that out. I'll link that below if you'd like. But The Last of Us Season 2 had to be one of the most anticipated second seasons of a show that we've gotten in a long time. And I mean, 5.123 million viewers, whatever it was on the premiere. I think that tells us how many people were excited for this, myself included. But I also went into it skeptical because I know what happens in the game, and I knew, and there's people who obviously didn't know who were blown away by what happens. I knew what was going to happen and what the inevitable was, and if they were going to do this right, they were going to have to do it. So I knew that going into this season, but I was still optimistic and hopeful that they would be able to pull something off great because the game is great still. But I also think the game is great because it's an interactive experience. It's you playing, it's you controlling what's going on. So it's when you're not in control of a TV show, you don't control the narrative, you don't control what's happening, how you pace it, how you play it. It makes it a little bit different. But The Last of Us Season 2, man, it's been divisive, I'd say, off the rip. People were already having their opinions on Ellie. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Having their opinions on Joel dying. Their opinions on Dina. Their opinions on the pacing. On Abby, a huge one. And, guys, I'm just going to be upfront. This season was not as good as the first season, but I can't sit here and say that I did not enjoy a lot of aspects and things about it. There were some very good episodes. I'm going to say it off the rip. The first 3 episodes of this were firing. I mean, they were hitting the gas. I mean, man, I was like, yo, they're really going to run through this season and really get to the nitty gritty of what's going on here. I mean, we're in Jackson, and we're in safety. We're with Tommy. We're with people who care about us. We belong to a community now, Joel and Ellie. And Ellie is obviously upset with Joel because Joel obviously did some crazy things that happened in season 1. He ran through and killed a hospital full of dudes to save his newfound daughter, Ellie. And of course, us as watchers and gamers, we understand what Joel was going through, why he did what he did, and most of us probably empathize with him and probably agree that we might do the same thing ourselves. But Ellie here does not agree with that, and she thinks what Joel has done is wrong. She felt that her life would have had meaning and purpose had she died, and I understand both point of views. I understand both of their sides. Joel doesn't want to lose another daughter. Ellie didn't want her life to be a waste, and she feels like, hey, maybe I could have saved humanity, but maybe she couldn't have. Who knows if this would have worked? Nothing's guaranteed here, and if it didn't work, then we would have got rid of this life for nothing. So the conflict is a very good one. It's a strong one, and it's a nice one for a post-apocalyptic show and setting. We start out in Jackson. My God, it looks just like the damn game. I'm just going to lay this out right now. The set designers, the makeup artists, the score, the composers, the people who are working behind the scenes on this show, you get 5 A pluses, you get 11 out of 10s. This looks amazing. The show looks good. The sets look so real. They look just like the games, and it is mind-blowing. And I am so glad we live in an age where we can make this stuff look like this. When the time and care is given, we can really create something beautiful. And I think we have created some of the most beautiful settings that we've ever seen. Some of the cinematography in this season is better than some movies you see. I mean, like, some of the cinematography in the season, the only thing I think I've seen better cinematography in is Sinners, the movie, that cost $100 million. So it's absolutely incredible. Jackson looks legit. And man, we're starting off very, very game accurate. I mean, the scene with Dina and Ellie at the dance when the old guy confronts them on their sexuality and Joel steps in. I mean, that shit was framed just like the game. I couldn't have done a better job myself. I couldn't have staged it better. I mean, I felt like I was watching the game. The setting, the score, the zombies, the way they made the stalkers look, oh my God, it's salivating. It looks amazing. I love the way these guys look with the like branches growing out their head. It looked just like the game. And the actors really understood the assignment who played these stalkers because they acted just as they do in the game. I mean, the hiding and the sounds and so creepy and beautiful all at the same time. It truthfully made me want to play the game again, and I just played it and finished it before the season started, and I'm already ready to play it again because of how good of a job these people did on that. I mean, I was fascinated, and they did such a good job with Jackson. And I mean, I can't say that I was disappointed at all. The way this season started, I was like, I mean, dude, we might do this. They might pull this shit off. And we get to the stuff with Joel, and it's very accurate to the game. It's very, very, I mean, the whole way it's shaped out, the way Joel finds Abby, the way they get through the snow and the fence and the walkers and get to the cabin. And, of course, when that happens and she murders him in cold blood, this guy who just saved her life, and people watching the show didn't play the game, I fully feel your frustration. I mean, Pedro Pascal, the actor, was a big draw for this show for a lot of people, myself included. I'm a very big fan of his, but I'm also just a fan of this content, so I was here for it. Seeing Pedro die, seeing Joel die, and just seeing how cold it was done, and oh my goodness, that really took something out of me. And I mean, I know I skipped over the whole big horde storming Jackson that you don't see in the game. And that was insane, but I understood why they add some things to this, because you have to add some things for dramatic flair, for a TV show, for pacing. And I mean, these first few episodes were paced very brilliantly. And I mean, we got this relationship with Ellie and Joel that bothered a lot of people. And while I'm here talking about that, let's just get into the characters this season. So obviously we got Joel and Ellie back reprising their roles. Bella Ramsey, Pedro Pascal, two incredible actors who I think just have knocked these characters out of the park. And Ellie is a little fucking menace this season. And I'm just going to say it because I love Bella Ramsey and Ellie a lot more in the first season. And it's not that I don't understand Ellie's frustration, her anger, but man, she's treating Joel like he hasn't done everything for her. Like, she wouldn't have a life without Joel. She would have never made it to Colorado without Joel, or Utah, sorry. And she wouldn't be, without Joel, she's nothing. Let's keep it real. Ellie would have died in Boston. Her life would have been nothing. Joel taught her everything, how to survive, how to fight, how to be strong. And the way she's treating him, I'm sorry, I just can't stand it. In the apocalypse, you have something that most people don't. A dad, someone who cares, a father figure, someone who's willing to die for you and do anything for you. And you're taking it for granted, and it's driving me crazy. Did she act like this in the game? Yes, but not to this degree. I mean, she is so cold on Joel to the point where Dina steps in and becomes the best character in the whole damn season, and no one saw it coming. The actress who played Dina, I believe she was in the Dora Explorer movie. I'm sorry, I don't have her name offhand, and I really should get it because she deserves her flowers. Drop in the comments her name. She is incredible this season. I love Dina. I loved her character. I love the way the actress played her, because in the game, I really don't like Dina that much. It's not that I don't dislike her. She's just whatever. But she is bringing it in this damn role. And this woman stepped it up big and really kind of stole everyone's hearts and was the heartbeat of this season. She is literally everything in this season. She's everything to Joel. She's everything to Ellie. She's everything to the Asian guy. God, why can't I think of his name right now? It'll come to me. I'm sorry, but she is just firing on all cylinders, and you know, she's making Ellie's character more likable because she's bringing out the playful side in Ellie, because Ellie's just pissed off, having a teen angsty moment. And I get it, but at the same time, man, this is not the time, the situation to be acting like this. If the apocalypse doesn't teach you anything, it teaches you that life is very short and can be taken away from you in the blink of an eye. And Ellie is treating this situation terribly. And I just don't like the direction that her character is going in. We got, obviously, Joel is, you know, just fantastic. And he's bringing so much magic to this character that I actually think that, like, I think he's bringing more magic than he did in the first season, and he's not even in this season like that, because he dies episode 2, and then we get a tribute episode, a send-off episode, which was one of the best episodes. Absolutely fantastic. When they go to the space museum and the dinosaur museum, I mean, wow. I was blown away by what Pedro Pascal was able to do in these moments, and really capturing that essence of the game. And Ellie too. I was mind banged, man. It was incredible. But we all know how great Joel is. But Jesse, that's his name. Sorry, I don't know why I just lost his name for a second. Jesse, played by Young Mazzino, the Asian guy who's Dina's love interest for a little while. They really switched some things up with his character and Dina, and they make him a lot less likable and Dina a lot more likable. I did not like Jesse at all in this season, and I liked him in the game, and he just really bothered me. He came off so arrogant and so know-it-all and so I was just not a guy I would hang around. But in the game, man, he just felt so much more understanding and human, and I think he lost that essence in the show. And it's no slight to the actor, because Young Mazzino plays this very well. I just didn't like the direction they took with him. And I mean, Dina, her name is Isabella Merced. like I said, she's the highlight of the season, if you ask me. She's absolutely amazing. She's funny. She has a dramatic chop. She got the action. I mean, she looks like Dina. The actress is better looking than the Dina character in the game, but you know, she has the look. She got it all down, man. She really brought it here, and I just love and appreciate what she was able to bring in this series. And of course, Tommy's great as he was last season, and his wife, they're both great. We get Catherine O'Hara introduced in this season playing the therapist character, which is awesome. She's hilarious. Love her. Have loved her since like Beetlejuice back in the 80s, man. She's been great, and she's great in this, and it's a nice touch. And I like the relationship her and Joel has, and you find out things later, which is really cool. And of course, let's just go ahead and address. Oh, no, before we talk about her, I want to talk about Jeffrey Wright a little bit as Isaac. We get to see more of Isaac in this season. And Isaac, man, he is a monster, but Jeffrey Wright, he's just perfect for him. He plays him so damn well. He is an incredible actor, has been for a long time, but now he's finally getting his flowers now that he's like, I don't know, in his mid 50s, but he's finally getting his flowers as of late with stuff like American Fiction and this, and it's been great to see him play Isaac. And man, there's a scene where he plays Isaac. You guys know the scene where he has a Scar held in captivity and he's torturing him to get information, and he lights that pan on fire and burns his hand, and that Scar, he is so tough, he will not break. Absolutely love that, and I'm really interested to see where they go with the Scar characters in the next season, because the Scars in the game are very mysterious. They have their bad ways too, but it's almost like, what's the better of two evils? And the Scars seem to have a more introspective look on life and what it can be in this situation. So that's interesting. But let's talk about a wolf, Abby. The wolves, if you guys are watching the show or playing the game, they are kind of like the Fireflies. They're a federation, and they are up in Seattle, and they got it all out there. They got weapons, transportation, hospital, medicine, food, animals. Like, they got it all. They are tough. And in the game, I love killing wolves, man. Killing wolves are so fun. Like, oh, when you catch them slipping and you just outsmart them, it's just so great, because off the riff, the Wolves aren't great people. It's not an organization I want to be a part of. I wouldn't want to be a Scar either, or a Seraphite, to respect what they like to be called. I wouldn't want to be a Seraphite or a Scar, because both of them are just two extremes of, opposite ends. I'd be an independent voter in this situation. But Abby as Caitlin Dever as Abby. A lot of people had a problem with her casting, and I did as well. I like Caitlin Dever. Booksmart, one of my favorite modern comedies. She's great in that movie. She's great in everything she's in. But let me tell you something. This was a miscast. Like, Abby in the game, we all know, is a big, jacked, strong horse of a woman that people are intimidated and afraid of. Caitlin Dever isn't that. She is a very thin, tiny woman. I mean, she would not scare me, and I don't think she would scare most people. And she's a good actress, so I mean, she's playing it well. But in the game, it's brought up so much about Abby's size and the intimidation factor and things like that. It's just going to be hard for you to convince me that Caitlin Dever is going to go out and do the things Abby does in the video game. Things that only someone like Abby could do in the video game. I do think it was a miscast. I think we could have got someone a little more size, or maybe they could have convinced Caitlin Devers to maybe put on a little muscle mass. Not a lot, just something to show that she is an athletic, in shape person, because she's just a very regular built woman. And that's no knock on her. It's just, it doesn't fit this character. It's a very specific and well thought out and designed character from this game, and I just don't like that casting choice. It's just me. But we talked about a lot of the characters, the new ones, old ones, whatever. But let's get into this damn story, and we'll wrap this up. Now, we all know in the game, Ellie and Dina go to Seattle to get revenge on Abby and her crew for killing Joel. So we do that. We get there. And I like the way we get there and the voting process and all that happened. I thought that was really good. But once we get to Seattle, I'm going to be honest, man, this is where the show falls off a cliff. We start getting the slowest pacing ever. We were balls to the wall, pedal to the metal the first few episodes. And then we get to Seattle and man, we put it on cruise control. And I really don't understand why. I don't understand why. When we end the show, we have done nothing. Okay. We saw some things that are to come in the future, but like those things are not going to matter nearly as much until you guys see Abby's story, which I'm guessing is going to be season 2. Because in the game, spoiler alert, in the game, you play as both of these women and you pretty much split almost equal time. You play as Ellie probably a little bit longer, but you play as Abby for quite a good amount of hours in the game. And it's one of the most fun parts of the game. Although I still don't like Abby, she can still kiss my ass, but I enjoy playing with Abby in the game. And so I feel like we're rushing to get to the Abby stuff, but we skipped over some very important Ellie stuff. We touched on one important thing that happens in Seattle while she's down there, and that's pretty much just her dealing with, killing that guy and his pregnant girlfriend, and then she runs into some scars. Well, in the game, man, this stuff is important, and we get to see a lot more. And nothing happened in Seattle. Dude, you go through and kill a shit ton of wolves, a shit ton of scars. You find some things out. Like, there's so much that happens in the game in Seattle while you're still Ellie, and we don't get a lot of it. And it bothers me. It's not great. And I think that's where the show really, really missed for me. I felt very disconnected from the game and very disconnected from these characters because in the game, Ellie is much more likable than Bella Ramsey is in this season. Bella Ramsey, man, she's just not likable. And not Bella Ramsey, the actor, Ellie, the character. And Dina's so likable. And in the game, Dina's just whatever. And of course, you always love Ellie. So it's really weird to not root for who you rooted for in the game. And on top of that, for them to just glaze over Ellie's time in Seattle like it's just nothing. We're rushing to get to this Abby story. I don't like that. And we need to do more and pick up the pacing here because I feel like there is a big chance that we fumble season 3. But from the looks and what I'm seeing, the world building, they ain't gonna fumble that. They haven't thus far. It's gonna look good. The actors are gonna bring it. But is the story going to hold up? What are they going to change? Are they going to try and make you empathize with the woman that killed Joel like the game did? They likely are. And that game did not make me empathize with Abby. I knew what the mission was from the start, and I was on it, and I never wanted to deviate from that mission. And that's just me personally. And that's the beauty of this game and the show, because it is going to cause moral conflicts and divide between watchers, players, whatever. And I'm all here for it. So overall, season 2 was a fun time, visually stunning, well acted, follow up to a terrific and fantastic season 1. I am excited to see what we do in season 2, even though my optimism isn't as high as it was going into this season. So I am going to give The Last of Us season 2 a 7.4 out of 10. Guys, thank you so much for watching my Last of Us review. If you made it this far, do me a favor, like and subscribe. It's free. Helps me out. Help me hit my goal of 700 subs by the end of spring. Follow me on Letterboxd, Ralph Vader. I'll link that below. Guys, let me know if there is a film or topic that you would like me to review. I will gladly do it in time. I got a podcast with my buddy, The Cutting Room Floor. I'll link that below for more movie content. I'll be back next week. And don't forget the popcorn.